In today's video, we are going to learn high yield points and few MCQs about neonatal hypothermia. First question is, all of the following are true in neonates for heat production except shivering, breakdown of brown fat with adrenaline secretion, universal flexion like fetus, or cutaneous vasoconstriction. To know the answer to this question, we should understand thermoregulation in newborn. Thermoregulation is the ability to balance between heat loss and heat production with the goal of maintaining a steady core temperature. Neonatal thermoregulation is different from that of the children or adult for several reasons, including the neonatal predisposition to heat loss, and they can lose heat in four ways: by conduction, evaporation, radiation, and convection. Heat loss by conduction is the transmission of heat from the body to another object by touching it. So if the baby is weighed on a cold scale, the baby will lose heat as it is transferred to the scale. The next is evaporation. It is the loss of heat by transferring liquid into the gas, which can happen when moisture from the skin and lungs evaporates and turns into the vapor. Immediately afterward, babies can lose a lot of heat through evaporation of amniotic fluid. Heat loss by radiation is the transfer of heat from the body to another object without touching it. So if the baby is next to cold window, the baby's body heat can quickly be lost from the baby towards the cold window. The last is convection, where the heat is carried away by cooler air. So these are basically four mechanisms by which the newborn can lose the heat. Neonates conserve heat when exposed to cooling by assuming flexed position, which helps to decrease the amount of surface area exposed to the external environment. The second is vasoconstriction, which will further initiate the cascade of hormonal reaction. And the third is non-shivering thermogenesis. This is their unique means of generating heat on account of their brown adipose tissue. Now back to our questions. As we have learned the mechanism of heat gain in newborn, newborn cannot shiver, so shivering is not a correct answer. Rest all three is correct. So correct answer to this question is shivering. First question is not a newborn loses maximum heat from head, palms and soles, abdomen or neck. If you see the body surface area of newborns typically have a large head compared to their body size, allowing for more heat to be lost from their head. So correct answer to this question is the newborn loses maximum heat from head. Next question is, what is cold stress? Options are 35.4 to 36.0 degrees Celsius, 33.4 to 34. Is it 34.4 to 35.4 or is it 36.0 to 36.4 degrees centigrade? So let's learn about the definition of hypothermia. Neonatal hypothermia is defined as a temperature lower than 36.5 degrees centigrade. So normal range of temperature for newborn is between 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5 degrees Celsius. It is categorized as cold stress if it is between 36.0 to 36.5 and it is alert. At this time, if action is taken, this hypothermia is reversible and it will cause less harm to the newborn. It is categorized as a moderate hypothermia if the temperature is between 32 to 36 and it is danger zone, and it is defined as a severe hypothermia if the temperature is below 32 degree. Outlook is very severe and here the urgent skilled care is required for this newborn. So correct answer to our question is option D, 36 to 36 point. Next question is, what is the ideal temperature of delivery room for a newborn to be kept in warmer? Options are 37 to 39 degree, 34 to 36 degree, 22 to 26 degree, or it is 30 to 32 degrees. Let's look at the component of warm chain. If we understand the warm chain, then we will be able to answer this question. So warm chain is a set of steps to keep a newborn warm and to reduce the risk of hypothermia. There are 10 steps. 7 are in reference to delivery room and 1 for each in reference to resuscitation, transport and training. So for maintenance of warm chain in delivery room, temperature of the delivery room should be maintained between 22 to 26 degrees centigrade and it should be free from draught. The newborn should be dried immediately. Newborn should be kept on the chest of mother immediately after the delivery for skin to skin contact. They should be covered with cloth immediately after delivery. Bathing should be postponed and breastfeeding should be initiated within half an hour of birth. Mother and newborn should be roomed in. Ideally, they should be cot in and they should be in a same room. Baby should be resuscitated under the warmer care with the utmost care not to cause hypothermia during any of the resuscitation steps. While transporting a newborn, there are availability of transport incubators as well as embrace jackets which provide safe and thermoneutral environment for newborn to be transported. One point is related to training, that all the healthcare workers who are involved in the care of newborn should be trained and should be aware of all the steps for the prevention of hypothermia, as well as they should be aware of the steps of management whenever. So correct answer to our question is, even if the baby has to be kept in a warmer, the temperature of the delivery room should be 22 to 26 degrees. Next question is, brown fat is absent in, options are scapula, mesentery, neck or shoulder. Brown fat, also known as a brown adipose tissue, is more prevalent in infants, and it's a body's way of converting food into the heat to protect against hypothermia. They are located in the upper half of the spine, back, shoulders for non-shivering thermogenesis in response to adrenaline. They are not present in the mesentery, so correct answer is mesentery. The next question is, range of the temperature which is the BMR at minimum, oxygen consumption is least, and the baby maintains his normal body temperature is called thermal comfort zone, thermoneutral environment, ambient environmental temperature or ideal thermal environment. Here the correct answer is where the metabolism is at minimum, oxygen consumption is also minimum, and the baby is able to maintain the normal body temperature, 3 points. Then correct answer is thermoneutral environment. Next question is, all of the following are manifestation of hypothermia except hypoglycemia, hypothermia, apnea and hyperglycemia. Let's look at the pathophysiology of hypothermia. Whenever there is a hypothermia, newborn's body will consume more of the oxygen, which will lead to hypoxia, bradycardia and tachypnea, as well as sometimes apneas. There will be a high use of glucose, which will lead to hypoglycemia and it will further cause hypothermia. In response to hypothermia, there will be increased energy expenditure. So overall, baby will have a less energy left for the muscular activities. So it will manifest as a hypotonia, lethargy, poor suck. It will cause peripheral vasoconstriction and further it might cause poor perfusion and metabolic acidosis, and the end stage would be thermal shock, DIC and death. So here, hypoglycemia, hypothermia, apnea, tachypnea, all those could be the manifestation of hypothermia but not hyperglycemia. So correct answer is hypoglycemia. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all learned and understood well. Please let me know what other topic you would like to learn from me. Share to your medical friend and subscribe to my channel for more videos.